How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews back with another end of the year list. I'm doing so many lists this year, it's absolutely crazy. But I like doing it, so it's my own fault. Anyway, on today's edition, we're going to be doing my top 10, because that's not 10, that's 10. Top 10 Stouts and Porters that I did this year. Again, stipulation with this one. There's 10 in here. Non-barrel aged. That's what we have to remember on this non-barrel aged stuff, because there's going to be a lot of stouts, because I did a lot of barrel aged stouts this year. So this is a couple things too. Got to give you the whole rundown. This is the beers I've reviewed this year, not actually beers that I've had throughout the year or beers I've ever had. This is what I've reviewed. And I forgot what the other stipulation was. We'll get to that in a minute if I remember it. Anyway, so let's jump into it and see what we got. Got a couple honorable mentions in this one because I couldn't quite leave some out. So I had to have a little honorable mention. So top 10 with some honorable mentions. First up, honorable mention. Top 10 2015 Massive Beer reviewed porters and stouts. Hill Farmstead George. It's given me by my friend George. Really loved it. It was probably one of the better, if not best, Hill Farmstead beers I had last year. Simple, plain. They called it a porter. It was more like a robust brown ale, but whatever, I threw it in this anyway. Just deserved to be mentioned because it was just that clean and that well done. Sierra Nevada Narwhal, honorable mention. Just a really fucking awesome beer. Every time I have it, I always forget about it. I'm like, why the fuck don't I drink more of this? So I picked up a mix of 6 at a local place to give away beers for Christmas. And, we stole one out of there and go, hey, I feel like a Narwhal. I went, fuck, I forget how good this beer is. So anyway, Narwhal's on the list. And last honorable mention, Heretic Brewing's Hazelnut Porter. Really well done beer. The hazelnut in that beer is out of this world good. It's like a powdery, fluffy hazelnut. So, yeah. To not fit those beers in was kind of criminal for me. So that's why I made sure I put a little honorable mention thing in there. So let's get to the top 10 list. Number 10, Third Rail Alternate Side. There's a beer sent to me by my buddy, Thomas. He's from New York. He gets a lot of New York beers. He sent me this one. It was a chili-based stout. He knew I like chili-based beers. He sent me this one, and I really dug it. I really, really did. And I had a lot of beers fighting to get into the top 10 slot there, even more than just the honorable mentions, because there was a bunch. And I just remember liking the beer so much. I watched the review, and small brewery close to me doing that good of beer, I could not leave them out. So number 10, Third Rail Alternate Side. You might be seeing shit pop up here, hopefully, because we get time and effort putting graphics, hence the cockeyed view. Number 9, Bell's Expedition Stout, 2009, I think. My buddy Chuck went to Kalamazoo Beer Week. I'm not a huge expedition stout guy in general, but he went to Kalamazoo Beer Week, came home with the 2009, and that fucker blew my fucking titties off. So, yeah, huge. There was anise in there, licorice, huge, kind of dark, almost like overly burnt maple syrup. It just was absolutely fucking working for me. So I love that. Number 8 is a collab review I did with one of my buddies, Brad, the incomparable Meat Smoke. He brought back from Chicago some Pipeworks beers, and he did a review with me with their Raspberry Truffle Abduction. And it was an absolutely let's go with that one, fantastically done stout. But here's the thing that really put it over the top with me. That raspberry. Super jammy. Really beautiful, like literal, like jamminess inside there. Because that's a word, jamminess. And just did it for me. So, there you go. Number 7 would be Nickelbrook Brewing out of Ontario, Canada. Their Bolshevik Bastard. Listen, I've had decent exposure to Canadian beers for a couple reasons. One, my buddy Joe, we've done a bunch of beer reviews, NAPA beer reviews, check his shit out. He went to brewery school in Ontario, Canada. And also, I rubbed shoulders with a lot of the Canadian beer tubers, whether it be Channel, Rhino, Lee Russell and Greg Bylog and Average Joe, he's from Buffalo, whatever. All those guys exposed me to a lot of the Toronto beer scene. I would say Nickelbrook is by far one of the best, and their Bolshevik Bastard, their base is absolutely fantastic. Bolshevik Bastard, which is what I have on here. Russian Imperial Stout, made infinitely well. But when they barrel age it, their Kentucky Bastard and their Winey Bastard and all the variants of that are amazing. The only reason why those barrel-aged ones aren't on my barrel-aged list is because I didn't review them on my channel. I reviewed them on other people's channels, so I can't put them on, so fuck. Anyway, Bolshevik Bastard, if you're ever in Ontario, or... Actually, I should even say that. If you ever see it, pick it up, because I know they're starting to get U.S. distribution very soon, so you guys will know soon enough how awesome Bolshevik Bastard is. Number 6. Here we go. Another fucking Toronto brewery. Not Toronto. I keep saying Toronto. Ontario brewery. Flying Monkey's Triple Chocolate Manifesto. Triple Chocolate Milk Stout. It's fucking cake in a glass. This beer now gets distributed in northeastern Pennsylvania or in Pennsylvania in general. It comes in an ostentatious, huge, annoying yellow box. I wish I had one around here. I just drank one to show you. This is actually the label. The box is pretty much the whole same thing. It's so rich, so decadent. It's like fluffy, delicious cake in the glass. And she picks them up because it's absolutely fucking fantastic. Number 5, Distill Cerise. I know where that one is. That one's motherfucker right there. Hot laser sex in the glass. That beer just did it for me. Base stout. Just fucking beautiful richness. Beautiful, I believe, again, don't quote me, I'm going off memory, chocolate, coffee, stouts. It's kind of nondescript, but I think those are the 2 big driving notes in there, but there was a balance there to it that really did it for me. So that is my number 5. This one, we get a little bit of outside the realm of my own rules, which is no barrel age. We have Jackie O's Oro Negro, which was their kind of spiced, I believe. I could be fucking wrong. I don't think I am. No, it is their spice, kind of like a cinnamon, spicy, maybe with a bit of chili, stout, oak staves. Staves. I don't count staves as being barrel aged, so yeah. I was lucky enough to have Jackie O's send me off a couple beers, and Oro Negro was one of them, and it was just that good. It was delicious. I loved it. I couldn't speak that much or that highly of it. And it was, it should be, I'm looking at these now and I say it should be higher in the list. It shouldn't. Now, the only reason why it's not higher on this list that I'm kind of looking off camera at right now is because the other ones are equally as good, if not better. It's not so much that Jackie O's my 4th best base stout I've had. It's just that I've had so many good ones. That's why it's at 4. So, I mean, if you're into the whole Abraxas, Hunapoo, Mexican cake kind of deal, you owe yourself to get some Oro Negro. Let's put it that way. Number 3, Funky Buddha's Last Fucking Snow. And omit the fucking part. It's last snow. Listen. There's a couple ways you get coconut in beer. There's through a barrel and there's putting it in there. 99.9% of the time when you forcibly push coconut in a beer, it sucks. This does not fucking suck. It literally drinks like you're drinking roasted, toasted coconut. Coconut. How do I put it this way? It's nice, really nice chocolate coffee based stout. And then it has this toasted coconut factor to it. This is how I describe the beer to people. They're like, well, how was last snow? How really was it? I'm like, Mounds. It basically tastes like you're eating a Mounds, except Mounds is the one with almonds on it, right? Almond Joy? Maybe it's Almond Joy. Whatever's the chocolate with the coconut with the almond bumps on it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Except replace the bumps with chocolate covered espresso beans or caramel covered espresso beans. That's what fucking last snow tastes like. It blew me away. Because this is the thing, too. You have to remember, it was like 6 and change. I have to remember, not you, because you're watching this. It was like 6 and change ABV. It was the most impactful 6 and change beer I've ever had in my life. Ever. It was fucking ridiculous. So yeah, the fact that this is number 3 is just a joke because I'm just working up the list. That's why a lot of the my top beers of this year were 5 lists. Like, oh, top 5, top 5, top 5. Now you finally get to here and it's top 10 because I had so many to fit in here that were so awesome that I threw in honorable mentions and a top 10. So there you go. Number 3, Funky Buddha's Last Snow. Number 2, Bell's Batch 9000, the base. The barrel aged version, which I have a bottle floating around here somewhere, right here. That shit is awesome. But the base is even awesome. I never had the base or the barrel aged version. I had the barrel aged version. Again, Chucky, who had the Expedition Stout from 2009, the same person got that bottle. I had it in Christmas. Didn't review it, just had it at a bottle show. It was absolutely fantastic. I was like, oh my god, I want more of that shit in my life. Then, local bar by me, Backyard Ale House, they put on their aged beer list, lo and behold, Batch 9000 12-ounce bottles. And I was like, yeah, thank you very much. Grabbed one, took it home, reviewed it. A robust ale, brewed with molasses, and all kinds of goodness. There's licorice in there, there's a huge molasses in there. The age, I think it was Batch 9000, I'm going to say 2009, 2011. So right around there is when it came out. The age combined with how the beer was made it absolutely fucking decadent. Decadent and savory at the same time. It was like a, I think I referred to it in my review as a sessionable, and it was like 11% anyway, sessionable version of Sam Adams Triple Bock. Such a good beer. Wish I had more. Let's just put it that way. So that's my number 2. And number 1, Harvey's and Sons Imperial Extra Double Stout. Harvey's and Sons out of United Kingdom. Forget the name. Forget the town they're out of. Picked this up on my way back from Canada, from the Albino Rhino Beer Festival. And I stopped at Premier Gourmet in Buffalo, New York. And I saw it and I was like, you know what? Something about this label just does it for me. So I picked one up. Put it in my cart. And I was talking with the guy I was with, Paul from PA Brew News. Check him out if you have the time. Awesome dude. Awesome reviews. And he was like, yeah, this seems really cool. I'm going to get a couple of these. And I'm like, yeah, I should get a couple of these. But, you know, I already spent a bundle on the weekend. I was like, screw it. I came home. I think a couple days went by. I reviewed it with my buddy Brad and Joe from NAPA Brew Reviews. And it blew my fucking titties off, man. Huge, ripened, cherry-covered, or chocolate-covered cherry in a Russian Imperial Stout. It was just, it almost smelled sour that was that much cherry in it. When we smelt it, and then we drank it, and it was just ridiculously good. And immediately, Rick, had a decision of not buying a bunch of them. I can get them locally now, but the ones that were there were a bit older. I think it was 2000, what did I say? There's no date here, but I think there were 2013 versions, maybe even older. And that was by far my best base non-barrel aged Imperial Stout. It was so rich, so decadent, so delicious, and just so round and so beautiful. So yeah, a lot of good beers in there. So many good beers, it's ridiculous. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdown of all those beers, and if you agree with what I've said or disagree or anything in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. If you want to see any of these reviews, hopefully I'll post some links for them down in the comment section. If I don't, just go on YouTube, type in Massive Beers and 1 or 2 of these words, and I'm sure they'll pop up, and there you go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Hopefully you're enjoying any of the beers I've listed, or any good beer right now. Hopefully you keep watching, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.